What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hello, I'm Lexi, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my tips and tricks on how to survive your freshman year of college. These are all things I wish I knew when I was a freshman, so hopefully it'll help shed some light on what is in store for you guys. I'm so excited to go back to school and see everyone, and I cannot wait for these new adventures. So let's jump right into it. So my first tip is to go to all of the orientation and ice-breaking activities, because that way you will meet all the people that you'll be surrounded with for the whole year. This is super important, and I know it might seem just a little annoying at first. You just want a second to breathe. You'll meet people on your floor, you'll meet people in your grade, in your major, stuff like that. So it's a great way to jumpstart all the connections that you can, so you can start to meet new people and find your friends and form your groups and get everything situated with that. So aside from the orientations and the activities, branch out, get to know your roommate, get to know the people living on your floor in your dorm with you. These are the people that you're going to be spending time with, especially your downtime, because when you come back from class, they're always going to be there. Find a good place to study. I usually recommend outside your room, just because being so close to my bed and being in my comfortable space is very tempting to slack off or get lazy, so it's really helpful to go out on the quad maybe on a nice day, or go straight to the library and have an actual workspace where you can focus and be productive without thinking about going to bed. It is really important to go to class. I know this sounds so stupid and so easy and like such a no-brainer. Absences add up, and each class is different, each professor is different, and I can only speak for the classes that I've been to, but after a certain amount of absences you get points taken off of your grade, and it is so important to save these for when you really need them. I know it could be super tempting, your first hangover, and you don't want to go to class, or you want to sleep in through your 8 a.m. Just go. Everyone else is probably just as tired as you. The worst thing in the world is using up all of your absences when you're lazy, and then actually being really sick and you can't go to class, and then your grade loses points because of that. You'll learn, you'll be happy, just go. I cannot stress enough how important it is to stay organized, especially with assignments, due dates. Get yourself a planner where you only write due dates and assignments, and a little homework log where you can keep everything in one place. Take that everywhere with you. I recommend getting like a little small one so you can just put it in your bag. Make sure that you have everything lined up with the syllabus that you'll get from your instructor. Get to know your professors. It's not like high school where if something happens or you're not doing so well, your professor isn't going to come after you and try to arrange something. You know, that's all on you. Get to know their office hours, get to know them, reach out. The better that you know your professor and the more of a relationship that you have with them, the more likely they are to help you succeed and to work with you. Balance is the most important thing. I always say work hard, play hard. You know, sometimes getting a study group together is a great way to stay social and get out and be around people while also being productive and getting work done. Another tip is to not be afraid of wandering and exploring campus. My freshman year, I didn't get too involved on campus just because I was stressing out. I was really homesick. I didn't want to have too much on my plate before figuring out basically what was going on, who I was in this new world, and kind of figuring my shit out. I do recommend staying busy, whether you do on-campus activities or you find your own stuff to keep busy. It is a great way to help yourself not feel so homesick. Set weekly goals for yourself, because it can be so easy to procrastinate, to get off track, to slack off, to get lazy. Next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. and you're drunk and you're trying to finish your PowerPoint that's due the next morning in class, and it is just so much extra stress to put on yourself. Even taking an hour a day and going straight to the library after your classes can help so much more than you can imagine. Another huge one is to make time for yourself, whatever that means for you. Get away, relax, de-stress, and refuel for the next week or the next project, a fun weekend, whatever it is. Find downtime for yourself. If I could go back and tell my younger self to do one thing, it would be to make smarter decisions and to take responsibility for my actions. Everyone makes mistakes. It happens. No one likes someone who always plays the victim or always points a finger at someone else. You will get so much more respect if you make a mistake and you stand up and own it. Every action and decision you make can have a consequence, and so you really need to keep that in mind. Take a second, make the best choices you can, because there are some choices in some situations that you will find your freshman year in college that can destroy friendships that you think you made. I know some people who have made choices that destroy their entire college career. Stay focused. I know it is super easy to get carried away as a freshman, and it's so exciting and new and you're away from home. Find the time to stay on track. You should never be afraid to ask for help. Seeking out your counseling center on your campus is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. They're there for a reason. They're professionals, they've seen it all. You can go with whatever issue that you feel you're having and they will help you. That is what they're there for. They can help you deal with stress, homework loads, family issues, you name it, they've seen it. It's a great resource to take advantage of. Always back up your files. Now I actually use the Google Docs and the Google Drive just because I think it's so nice to be able to access my files from anywhere on campus. It just makes life so much easier. It's also really nice to carry around a little USB to always have in your back pocket. Laundry. When it comes to laundry, please don't be that that leaves their laundry in the machine when it's done for hours, days. I mean, when it gets to days, that's just gross. There will be other people that either take it, steal it, throw it on the floor, move it somewhere else to put theirs in. Everyone has to do laundry. There are so many more students than there are machines. I know it sounds like a pain in the So either set a timer, focus on it, don't forget, or take a book, go down there, sit with it, do some homework while you're waiting. Stay on top of that because that will come and bite you in the ass. Another huge thing is to communicate with your roommate. If there's something that's bothering you, try to have an open communication line. There's nothing worse than bottling something up and then ending up resenting that person. You have to live together, whether you picked each other or it was a random selection. Just try to make it work. You're both in the same situation and communicating could only lead to good things. I personally went to a really small high school, so going from my small high school to my huge campus, I had to do a lot of walking around, especially because the freshman dorm was very set away from campus. And so I would definitely recommend carrying a water bottle with you in your bag or a granola bar, something to keep you fueled throughout the day because you're going to be doing a lot of walking around and you're going to be away from your room or your home, your apartment, whatever it is. The more that I can have in my bag on the go, the better. Because the minute that I need to go home, I step foot in my house and I get really lazy and I don't have the energy to do my homework and I just want to lay down for a second, and that's when it all goes bad. Don't put your alarm clock within arm's reach. I used to only use my iPhone alarm for everything, and that would always wake me up perfectly. I'd have it plugged in right by my bed, it would ring right in my ear, and it was great. Everything is fine and dandy until you're overworked and you're getting 3 hours of sleep a night. You cannot depend on that. If you have to, buy a cheap little digital alarm clock from Amazon or Target. Make sure you put it on your dresser so you have to get up to turn it off. You'll be good to go. Freshman year is tough and everyone is in the same exact boat. Don't be afraid to reach out, make friends, find your people. So those are my main tips and tricks how to survive freshman year. So I hope you found some of them helpful and hopefully you can apply some of them to your year. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you are super stoked for this coming year, and write down in the comments what grade you're in or if you found any of these helpful because I would love to hear about it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!